Hello, 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 everyone. Guess what day it is? It's Thanksgiving Thursday. Absolutely. The first Thursday in May. And it is Thanksgiving Thursday because guess where you are? You are right here on the Question Live Show with your host, Verona Willis-Brown, another time. We are rolling almost close to summer. And because we are rolling into the summer, tonight we are going to the islands. Which island am I representing? You should see because I flash it right there. I am representing the islands because I am thinking of summertime. I'm thinking of the music. I am thinking of the people. So we are rolling, we are opening the door to the island right here on the first Thursday in May. Yes. So before I go any further, for those you mothers out there, biological mother, adopted mother, surrogate mother, whatever mothers, let me wish you a blessed and wonderful upcoming Mother's Day. Well, let me whisper, Mother's Day is every day. But since we are being commercialized, your commercial day is Sunday. And of course, I won't be on Sunday. So I want to wish you a lovely, lovely, restful day. Don't overwork yourself. It's the day that they gave to you. So please, please relax. They talk about self-love. I think that's the day you're supposed to be celebrating yourself. You're supposed to have self-love that day. So again, to all the mothers out there, from my heart to your heart, hey, have yourself a lovely, restful, peaceful, and blessed Mother's Day. That's that for that, okay? So again, here we are, another Thursday on the Question Live Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, if this is your first time tuning in, if you look up there, way up there in the corner, it says live in the red box. Simply mean you are in the live audience. Mm-hmm. We have rules here. So because we have rules here, then probably 1, 2, or 3 rules, maybe 3.5 or 4. First rule is, if you're looking up there, you're going to see that says live. So the first rule is share the live and invite someone to come on in to be in the live audience with us. 1. 2, have your pen, have your paper to write. We drop juicy contents and golden nuggets here. Therefore, you need to write them down. So tomorrow, you can go over them. That is 2. 3, have yourself something to drink. Absolutely. Have yourself something to drink. I don't know what is it that you drink. Maybe it is wine, water. Well, water could turn into wine, tea, soda, juice. Whatever is it that you drink, have it. See, I am the host and the guest is coming on. We might have a little drink right here, but we are the one going to be doing most of the talking. So we need for you to love us and drink on our behalf. Hydration is good. Yeah. So hydrate your throat for us. Yeah. So tonight, because we are going into the island, I have my coconut water or water coconut, they will say. I have mine right here. So whatever you are drinking, by all means, sip, 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 sip it. And let's go on into tonight's show. So whatever is it that you're drinking, go ahead. Well, let me squeeze this in there before we start and bring on the guest. If you need to use the bathroom, by all means, go now. And if you need to call your children to hold your seat, call them now. Because tonight we are going to go into some children's book. It's Child's Month, so what's better way to start off May by having a children's author with us from the beautiful island of, you type it in. So again, if this is your first time, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. Julia, welcome back, darling. Welcome back. So you're drinking hot mocha. All right, so you having hot mocha? I'm having my coconut water. Now, if you are ready, then we are ready to roll into tonight's episode with my brother. From this island. Whatever island you think it is, drop it in the chat before he says which island he's coming from. Otherwise, you were supposed to see the commercial that I popped up. So, my brother, without further ado, let me bring on my brother, Phillip. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, good night. Good night. Thank you for having me again.
Yes, well, look, not even welcome. Welcome back.
Yes, well, yeah, thank you. Glad to be back. Yes.
Yes, you see, this is what happened when we have lovely authors who get a return trip. You know, this is like a return ticket. This is a return ticket, no restriction, no nothing. He just got a full access ticket to return to the show. So, people, again, I will have him tell you where he's tuning in from. But in the meantime, if you know where it is before he says it, please type it in the chat because I come representing, honey. I don't play. I come with my colors in place. See my white, my black, my red. I come representing the islands. So, my brother, they want to gas, let they gas, but yeah. I'm going to give you that free way for you to tell us where you're tuning in from and just give us a little bit for those who haven't seen the first episode where you were on it. Please let us know a little bit about who you are.
Right. So, as she said, my name is Phillip Simon. I am from Trinidad and Tobago. If you couldn't guess by her earrings and accessories and the black and the white trim. So I am from Trinidad and Tobago, right, which is the twin island in the Caribbean. I currently have 2 children's books in my children's book series. The first being Petra and the Pui. I have a copy of it right here to show you guys. Right. And the second one is called, which is a sequel, of course, Petra and the Panman's Daughter. And I was here once speaking about Petra and the Pui, and I'm back now to speak about the sequel, Petra and the Panman's Daughter. So I'm very glad to be here, and I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Yeah, see? He told it. Trinidad and Tobago. See? If you can see the flag, well, let me show you because y'all think I'm not playing with y'all tonight. I'm telling y'all right now, here we go. There it is. Okay?
Yes.
It is. That's the flag right there. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. I might not have a lot of red, but I got my red. Okay?
Yes.
So, Phillip, welcome back. Welcome back. It's so nice to have you back.
Glad to be back. Yes.
Yes. And you mentioned your first book, or your first book you had out here was this one.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That one just let me want to get on that tree, but I'm not. Yeah. Summer is coming for me. Summer is coming. Yeah, summer is coming. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that, but I know summer is coming. And that tree is a cherry blossom. We call it a cherry blossom. It's a big thing, you know. So
yeah.
The tree, the cherry blossom, that's one of my favorite trees. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's like
I see the pink flowers. Okay, I see you. Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody noticed, but it's right behind me. The cherry blossom is like right behind me. So yes, I love the cherry blossom. You call it what you call it?
So And in Japan, they have a tree, they call it a cherry blossom or sakura. But in Trinidad, we have a similar tree. It's called pui.
Ipui.
Yeah, so it's very similar to their cherry blossom. And
Oh, okay.
it blossoms at the same time of year as well, which is springtime for them.
Yes. This tree is very tricky. It's a very tricky tree.
Yeah.
Because today you could see it like, whoo, and then tomorrow it's like, what happened?
Yeah. It goes away
There is
really,
a
really quick.
panic.
Yeah. No, you have to
Yeah.
keep it or else it's gone. You miss the
Yes.
full bloom. Yeah.
You gotta get your camera ready, like ding, 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 ding. Tomorrow
Yeah.
you're like, what happened? Don't try to go back tomorrow because it changed attitude tomorrow and it's going
It's
into
gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
quick like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just really beautiful, but please catch your picture like right away.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
So we dive into, so you have the second part of this book. So audience, if you're not new to this, you're gonna see me keep on bopping my head because I told you I come prepared.
Yeah.
I don't tell you to get your writing stuff because I have my stuff. So I'm gonna be taking notes. I'm gonna be writing my question while I'm going. So for those of you who new to this, you wonder what I'm doing, but I'm writing. I'm taking my notes. So you see, you did the second part of this book. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes. I'm really
Woo! That's what it is when you're an author. You see, when you're an author, as soon as you release one baby,
Yeah.
baby form.
Yes.
So I like to encourage people, don't stop at one book. Please don't stop at one book. When you get that one book, there got to be something inside of you that's like, hey, can you give me a sibling or something? Like,
Yeah.
Sibling.
Definitely.
You don't have to be sequel, but there's always another book inside.
Another inspiration. Yeah. Some other creative thing popping up inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inspiration is the first book. The first book is the key, and you got to keep on occupying space.
Completely agree, because that's how it was for me. I have so many ideas for different books, but it's just a matter of time and actually writing it. But I have so many ideas that it's crazy,
Yeah,
so
because you did the first book.
Yeah.
The first book is like, hello, I'm the open door.
Yeah, for sure.
So for those of you out there who have not wrote one book yet, this is your chance.
Yeah.
This is your opportunity. We are encouraging you to step out there and get that book out of your belly.
Yes.
Give birth to that book, because guess what? We all have a story. We all have a story to write. We all have a story. So get in there, get your book out, and their resources, their resources. So let's jump into this new book. So audience, if you don't know the new book, this is the new book. First of all, I look like I want to just be one of I don't know which one of those students I want to be, but I think I want to pick one. I don't know. Audience, which one you want to be? Because I'm picking, I don't know. I think I want to pick the one in the middle because she looked free.
Yeah.
She looked really extra. So talk to us about this one here. Talk to us about this book.
Right. So in the first book, Petra and the Pui, for those who may or may not be familiar, the main character, Petra, who's a Trinidadian girl, she goes to Japan. Right. So in the second one, she comes back from Japan and, she's really excited. She goes to school. She's ready to tell all of her friends about a fantastic trip. And when she gets back to school, about to tell her friends, there is this new student in school. And this student comes from Japan. So now no one cares about her story. Everyone is so fascinated by this new student. But also what's happening at the same time is that Petra and her best friend, Priya, they are supposed to be preparing for this nationwide talent show, right? Where they're playing steel pan. But this new girl has a talent as well. So maybe she might steal all of her thunder. So it's a lot of, she has to deal with cultural relations and exchange of culture, and also dealing with someone possibly stealing her spotlight and how she navigates that whole scenario. So it's a lot of school drama and cultural exchange, and it's a lot more this time around. The first book is from ages 6 to 10, but this new book is from ages 8 to 12. So it has a little overlap, but it's a little bit more for slightly advanced readers than the first one. So the children get to grow as with the book. The book grows with the audience. Yeah.
So again, audience, if you have not seen the first book, the first book is up, the second book is here. So siblings can read, and if your child is between what age for the first book?
6 to 10 and 10 to 12. But at any age, if the child is younger, the parent can always read the book
Read
to
the
them as
book.
well. Yeah. And the kids really enjoy it. So yeah, and it
This
has
is a good
some
bonding moment.
yeah, and it has some really lovely illustrations by a really great illustrator named Lendell Lara. You can check his stuff out. He's on Instagram and Facebook as well. So he does a fantastic job.
Lovely. Like, I mean, I'm looking at the cover, like lovely illustration.
Yeah.
I mean, let me see the second book. Look at this. This.
Yeah.
This don't even look like it's a book cover. Like it's
Yeah.
it's so far away from a book cover. It's just so fabulous that it's so far away from a book cover.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like on a stage, like it's on a
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I just like, okay, here we having a whole, like I have this, let me see where it is. I have this photo here, and I'm going to hide this one because this photo right here, like
Yeah.
they need that background.
Yeah.
They're so into that steel band that they need that background of that illustrator. Yes, like that needs to be like behind them. Like
yeah.
Get going.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, audience, if you have children out there, this is an excellent book to get. Excellent storyline, excellent book to get for your children. And hey, gift someone. If you don't have children, it's a great gift because I encourage reading. I must confess on this show tonight, on this first episode of May, that I have an addiction. Yes, I do. I want to confess right now, my addiction is reading. I have an addiction to reading, and I don't think I want to get over it. I have this problem. It's been my addiction for a very long time, and I don't think I can get over that addiction. I don't think there's an AABBCC group that I can join for people who are addicted to reading and books. So again, I am not telling that you need to develop this addiction. I'm just saying that this is an excellent gift for someone. Excellent. So oftentimes, you mentioned there's a new girl. So oftentimes we go into this crowd, we go into a group, we go into the community, anywhere we go, there's always a new person, or you are that new person.
Yeah.
So we fall into that category like new person, like the new girl, the new boy, the new student. You see, new simply mean there's a change somewhere.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you, how is it that for yourself, for a writer, for a children's book writer, how is it that you would describe being that new person? Oh, hold on, audience. Let me come back a little. If you didn't know, Philip, my dear, I've been to Japan.
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to use Philip as the new person. Now, Philip, you were the new person in Japan. Tell us, how did you adapt to that lifestyle or that culture?
Well, first to begin, Japanese culture is very different from Trinidad. So it's like it's on Trinidad we are more how to say, we're more in Japan they're more orderly, even though they do have their free-spirited moments, their festivals and whatnot. But in Trinidad we're more of a more free-spirited kind of Caribbean island life vibe where they more have structures and they're more structured. So I had to become accustomed to that and the difference in climate, because we only have rainy season and dry season in Trinidad and Tobago, where they have the 4 seasons and they're very, very proud of their 4 seasons. So it was a definitely adapting phase there. But what I try to do whenever I am a new person anywhere is that being that we're all human beings, we definitely always have some common ground somewhere. And I try to find that common ground wherever I am somewhere new. And that's the same thing I did in Japan, whether it be I had interest in their animation, so I would talk to them based on that. Or I noticed that even with the poetry and the cherry blossom, we have a similar flower. So I speak about that, or any similarities in the culture at all that I could find, similarities in food, similarities in animals. We might have an animal that is not exactly the same, but it's similar, or a festival, and I talk about that. And it breaks the ice and it gets people talking, and you find similarities and you appreciate the differences as well. And that's how I adapted to that culture, and I was very happy there, and people welcome me. Once you do that and you're able to be open-minded and look for similarities and appreciate the differences, you're golden. Yeah, that's how I dealt with it. And that's actually kind of the inspiration for the books that I did as well. Even another thing I should mention is that I actually made a few Japanese friends while I was there, and one of them serves as the inspiration for that new character from Japan. She loves Trinidad's culture, just like the character in the book, and she's a pan player. She plays steel pan, and she comes to Trinidad and she plays steel pan from time to time. And yeah, so seeing how much she and her friends love Trinidad and they love pan, all the way in Japan, where you would think that they wouldn't know very much about Trinidad, and most Japanese people don't. But to see the love that they had for Trinidad and Tobago really did inspire me to write this second book particularly. So yeah.
Ooh, so people, this is what we are talking about here, right there, right there, the steel pan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I was trying to get me one before I get on the show, but that wasn't working. Like ding 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 ding. Yeah, I had the opportunity to learn how to do that. I'm like, okay, forget that.
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of difficult, but it's really a lovely instrument indeed. So
Yeah.
that's why I appreciate those people in Japan who took the time to learn it, because it's so different from what they have, as well as it's a learning curve to learn it. So the fact that they went through this trouble with so much passion to learn the steel pan, it always it touched me, and that's part of the reason why I got the inspiration to do this second book.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of life. The whole point of life is for us to learn to adapt.
Yes.
Right? To adapt into something, to adapt into a new culture, be welcome, just to like find yourself into that space. When you find yourself in that space, just learn to adjust.
Yes.
Right? And when we learn to adjust, first of all, we gotta adjust our mindset. Like, you're not home.
Yeah.
Right? I'm from Trinidad, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm not in Trinidad right now,
Yeah.
I'm in a whole different world. Like,
Yes.
so you gotta adjust your mindset, and it's a process where you gotta retrain yourself, like rewire your brain. Like, I'm going into a foreign country. Now, we are not going to be eating the same food. Most likely, you're not going to be eating the same food.
No, you're not. Yeah,
you're not going to be eating the same food. So now you got to train yourself. Like, oh, I'm used to this. Oh wait, I'm not going to be having this. How long were you in Japan for?
2 years.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
No, yeah. There you go. So you have to retrain yourself.
Yeah, I definitely did. I definitely some of the foods I liked it straight off the bat, but it was definitely like being homesick, missing Trinidadian flavors and Caribbean foods. It was really quite an adjustment after a while. Like, so you mean I really can't have doubles from Trinidad? I can't have roti. I can't have pilau. It's only like ramen and noodles, which is lovely. It tastes fantastic, and I love it.
Yes.
Now I actually like now that I can't have it as often, I definitely miss it a whole lot. It's almost like a reverse,
Yeah, because you got to retrain your brain again, like
again. Yeah. It's like
wait a minute.
Yeah, reverse culture shock. But yeah, it was an adjustment, missing the flavors, and the flavors are different. It's more mild, and it's more like soy sauce. As opposed to in Trinidad, it's more spicy, and
yes.
So it was definitely an adjustment, but as you said, you keep an open mind, and you try different things, because that's what you're there to do. You're there to expand the horizons. So you do that, and you find that you find things that you never knew you would have such appreciation for, and that's you do. Right. Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. Like, once you decide that you are getting outside of your home, your culture, your community, you have to set your mind onto that place where you gotta I got to adjust.
Yeah.
I have to adjust. Unless you just want to like, oh, I'm just gonna be in my family. I'm just gonna be sitting here. I'm just gonna have the food. I'm not moving. This is it. Right?
Yeah.
But once you get out of that to say, I am traveling. When you travel, you gotta travel from here.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
You
you
have
do.
to set your mind on that. Like, I'm going to travel. I'm going to be finding food that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
I'm going to see dressing that I've never seen before. Right? So blending in, like
Yeah.
a whole blended family. Well, that's what the whole world is. The world is a blended family. And if we
Definitely.
don't
Yeah.
learn to blend in with each other, we are going to be judging, 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 judging. There's someone called attention seeker poser.
Hmm. Yes, 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 yes.
Now, you mentioned that somewhere there. Attention seeking poser.
Pros. Yes.
You see, oftentimes we go and we seek attention, whether we're a child or an adult. We
Hmm.
seek attention. And I oftentimes do this story where the book is called How to Be Popular.
Okay.
We all seeking that. We
No,
all
yeah.
There's something about us where we want to have that attention light on us.
Hmm.
How is it that you want to tell? You want to tell a child right now or an adult? Because believe me, there are so many adults who are attention seeking posers. What is it that you would like to tell someone right now that there's a difference between you wanting to adapt or attention seeking poser?
Yeah. Well, what I would say to someone like that is that it's always better to be your authentic self. And what I mean by that is human beings tend to, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, they are able to tell when someone's being real for the most part, or they're not. And when you are not being real and you're just doing things to seek attention, you tend to actually miss out lessons that you may have learned if you were being your true self. Sometimes you end up missing out on making friends, experiences because you're so busy trying to portray a role that you're not actually evolving and growing as a person. And so you end up losing out for yourself as well as the people around you. Eventually, sooner or later, you can't keep the act up forever. And sooner or later, you lose that, and that's it. You miss the opportunity to grow. Also, what I find is that when you seek attention that much, eventually you have to do more and more to keep people's attention. And eventually, like you keep trying to one up yourself to keep that attention, and eventually you're unable to maintain that. So all I have to say is be yourself, be your true self, learn, grow, and be teachable. Don't try to pose and pretend to be something that you're not.
Okay, you heard those, and I'm writing them down. You missed the opportunity to grow, and then the other one is you are not teachable. Did you name another one?
Yes.
What was the other one?
And I said, when
Or
you
be
when you
yourself.
seek attention, all the time, yeah, you always have to keep one upping yourself. Yeah.
Yes. So again, people, there are three. There are three listed right here. We got three things right here. When you want to, when you don't be an attention seeker. Okay, let's do this. When you become the attention seeker, you miss that opportunity. Miss that opportunity to teach someone what you learn. You miss the opportunity to grow as a person, and then you become not teachable because now you're like, hey, just put all the spotlight on me. It's just about me. No, no. And then you're not being real because you're just posing, you're just putting this camouflage thing on your face. And like, yeah, I know this or I know that. Like in your book, Petra, no, yes, Petra, she had the attention on her.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, yeah,
She had the attention on her. And here comes the new students.
yeah.
Now she's gonna feel some kind of way that, uh-oh, they're gonna pull the attention from me.
Yeah,
And they're going to look at her.
Yes.
You see right there? I call that competition,
Yeah.
right? Competition for attention.
Hmm.
But I like to tell people this: stop competing. Life is not a competition.
Exactly.
Life is a journey. And we
Yes.
all must get on this journey one way or the other at our own pace. If I know something, I want to teach it to you if you're teachable. If you know something, I ask you to teach me because I am teachable. And
Yes.
that's what it is. Teach one, learn, teach one, learn. This is what we do. This is what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
I teach
Definitely.
you, you teach me, and we all grow. I oftentimes say it on this show. We need to support each other, and that's teaching, so we all could grow. We all could grow. How
Agreed.
can
Yeah.
we grow if
Exactly.
nobody's teaching everybody? I don't know. So, audience, if you do have questions, please drop them in the comment section. We will have questions as we go along, not only from me, but from you, the audience. Yeah. So many times we find ourselves into this spot where all the attention is on us, right? And then we lose out. We lose out. Because as I just said, we lose out and teaching somebody, but we're losing out and activating our natural gifts in such a way because now we are camouflaging that, right? And then if we are not teaching others with the gifts that we have, what are we doing? I mean, what are we doing? Because in your book, you talk about the new student that came in. We don't know what she got because she's excellent in some subjects, but then
Yes.
she got
Yeah.
a hidden gifts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do got hidden gifts and hidden talents, and it's not because we don't want to share them, and it's not because they're hidden, but we can feel that tension from somebody else coming at us. We could feel that
Yes.
dart.
Yes. That
So
definitely happens a lot. Yeah.
yeah, and that dart it us, and then we shun away, and we let all of that perception from somebody else shun us,
Hmm.
so we won't shine.
Yeah.
And your book is for age. The second book is from age 8 to 12.
Yes.
This
From
is a
18.
very crucial age.
Yes. And that's why, because I really wanted the opportunity to try to teach children at that age how to, not feel always like life is a competition, as you said, not to always be threatened by someone else. Because you see, I mean, it's very cliche to say this, but everyone has their own unique thing to bring to the table. Everyone has their own special gifts, their special talents. And even if talent is similar, but it's not exactly the same, because not to spoil too much from my book, but if you read it, you'll notice that there's certain things that this new character could do better than Petra, or differently than Petra, but there are also certain things that Petra can do that this character can't do. And so, it's this back and forth of transferring of gifts that benefits everyone. So, at that age, I definitely wanted to teach children about not always feeling threatened every time someone new comes in, or someone you feel like someone might be better than you. No, you can take the opportunity to learn, and hey, you might be able to teach something as well too. So
Excellent. I love it. I love it.
yeah.
Because that's the age where you're going over there. It's like you're crossing over, like the crossover age, because there's a certain age group, like from like 1 to 3, 4 to 6. So that's an age where like a crossing over. And parents, if you're out there and you have children that's between age 8 to 12. Remember, we didn't get over to the teenage section yet, but we have the little preteens going over there. That's when they're gonna like, yeah, I've all of this, all this. I am encouraging you. Support this brother. Support his work. You will learn a thing or two. You will learn a thing or two because competition is out there, and I try to encourage people all the time. Please, let us not compete with each other. Let us grow in our own time, our own space. Because each one of us have our own gifts. Every single one of us were born with a certain gift or gifts. attached to us. Talents we develop over time. And that talent is what we put out, like it's like the cover of the gift, and we take that talent and we kind of like develop it into this great thing, right? And we all have gifts. Gifts are something that already is like crocheted onto your DNA. It's crocheted. So therefore, my gift is not your gift.
Yeah.
It's not your gift. And your gift is not my gift.
Yeah.
I should learn how to tap into me and find what is my gift. And I said, okay, my gift is this. So guess what? I am going to teach Philip how to do this because I am gifted in that area.
Yeah.
So everybody, please find your gift. Go inside and dig deep and get your gift out and bring it out. And parents, if you notice that your child is gifted in a certain area, please work on that. Work on it. And if they're talented, work on it. Just to say, Mother's Day is coming up. As I mentioned earlier, Mother's Day is coming up. Mothers, I am calling you. Oh, here's a gift, Liz. A gift for your child. It's a gift for your child. But the point is I'm making to mothers. Mothers, go inside, tap with your children's gift, your child's gift, and work on that. Work on that. There's no difficulty in this. We are the responsible party for our children. Let us look at our children as plants. If you do have a plant and you don't water that plant, then without it.
True.
I'm only saying. Audience, we are going to not take a break, but Philip is going to read from his second book. So again, if you do have questions before we continue the show, I am going to give Philip the opportunity to read from his second book. He's not going to read a lot, just to let you know. Just to let you know, he's not going to read a lot. We are going to put in the link in the chat where you can click the link and get the book for yourself. Your child, your godchild, the next door neighbor, the child at your church, the child down at your child's school. Somebody needs to get this book. So before we go for Philip to read this, I'm telling you right now, sip, sip, sip. Sip for me, because I done told you I'm the host, so sip for me. I might take my sip while Philip is reading, you know, you got to relax. Hey, I love when somebody read for me. I love reading, but I appreciate when somebody read for me. So I'll just sit back, relax, and let Philip take it from here while he give us a snippet. Maybe
Yes.
Wait a minute, let's read from book one a little bit from book one.
Okay.
Maybe the ending of book one.
Okay. Yeah. I could.
And then you go into book two.
I could go into book two. Yeah. No
yes.
problem.
So take it from right here.
Right. So, for the rest of their stay, so Petra is in Japan at this point, right? For the rest of their stay, Petra and her parents toured Japan. They visited the Meiji Shinto shrine with its towering gate and surrounding woods. They took photos in front of the imperial palace and explored its large public gardens. They even attended a kabuki play and a tea ceremony. Petra's eyes sparkled. I had no idea Japan had all of this. This is the best vacation ever. Right? So that's coming to the end of the first book, right? So going on to the second book now. So they went, as I said, they went to Japan in the first book and she had a fantastic experience. So now in the second book, she's back in school, first day of school. So here we go. Right? Let me see. Right, I think I'll start from here. So, Petra had been anticipating her pan performance all vacation, but she was looking forward to something else even more. She could not wait to tell her classmates about her trip to Japan. Over Easter break, Petra and her family flew to Japan to see the cherry blossoms. Of course, Priya, that's her best friend, had already received a moment by moment recap of Petra's Asian adventure because what are best friends for? Now, Petra wanted to tell everyone else at school about her trip. I can't just bring the vacation up myself, Petra thought, because I might seem like a show off. But if someone else was to ask, well, I'd simply have no other choice but to tell them about how great Japan was. So Petra sat in class, her feet tapping the floor as she patiently waited for someone to pop the magic question. She was about to give up when inquisitive Karen, who sat behind her, finally did what she always does. She inquired, "Hey, Petra girl, I heard you went to China. Is that true?" Petra wasted no time. Actually, it was Jack. Karen's gaze shifted from Petra's face to above her head, accompanied by their classmates' curious murmurs. Their teacher, Miss Ali, stood in front of the class with a few sheets of paper in her hand, and beside her was a strange girl in an even stranger uniform. "Good morning, class." "Good morning, Miss Ali," the students echoed. "I have some exciting news. We have a new student joining our class. I'll bet you can't guess where she's from." Miss Ali grinned confidently, and this is Miss Ali. Let me just give you all a peek. And the new student. Right? "I bet you can't guess where she's from," Miss Ali grinned. But before anyone could venture an answer, she blurted out, "She is from Japan. Please introduce yourself." Right? So the new girl's face lit up and her lips shaped into a radiant, warm smile. "Hello, my name is Tomoko. Nice to meet you all." She did a small bow and added, "Please take care of me." So that's all I will read for tonight, and it continues on. So if you want to hear what happens next, how Petra feels about it, and all what they do next, please don't hesitate to purchase that book, Petra and the Panman's Daughter. And if you want to hear about Petra's adventure, you can read Petra and the Puyi as well. Both available on Amazon.
I was just sitting back here. This called for some coconut water. Yes. Listen, I was like, listen, I'm just trying to see those children just going at it. It's like, listen, I'm here. Audience, again, there goes the reading of book 1 and book 2. Yes. Again, okay. Since you're not understanding, book 1 is right here. You can't miss it on Amazon. And book 2 is right here. You definitely cannot miss it on Amazon. These are beautifully illustrated. Like, is it the same person that illustrated both books?
Yes, same person. Yeah.
Wow. So we want to shout out to the illustrator. Is that
Lendell Lara. His name is Lendell Lara.
Okay, we shout out to Lendell. Lendell, you did a fabulous job on these books here. Wonderful job. Woo wee. Again, the link is in the chat. You can click the link. It takes you right to book 1. I don't think we put book 2 link, but no, this is book 2 link in the chat. Please, by all means, go over there. Click the link right there. Yeah, it's right there. Click it and go over and support my brother. And you heard that beautiful reading. Listen, you got to read it with a Trinidadian accent and all the stuff. Hey, Trini people in the house, okay? You got to read it with a Trini accent with the little Trinidadian girl. I love it. I love it. And I love how you have the illustration inside.
Yes, yeah. It's fully illustrated, yeah. It's all illustrated. Let me show you. Let me show you a little.
Yes, let's see that again.
Right. So I was reading in book 2. I was reading this part here. As you can
Oh,
see, that's Petra, and Karen is asking her about her trip to Japan. And if you look here, you'll see
oh,
that's when she entered the classroom. The teacher entered with the new student with the strange uniform. And then on this page here, you get to see um, Miss
wow.
Ali. Yeah. So it's fully illustrated. Both books are fully illustrated.
I love illustrated books because it does give you just a sense of like being in the book.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you get in the book and you get to see you're not only telling a story, but you're seeing the story. And
Yeah.
there's a thing that visual learn like myself, I like visual learning. And when you have children, it's good when you have that little illustration in there, like, yeah, can you see that? You see the uniform.
And
So
like
you're
this is what
showing them. That's the book one.
that's book 1, yeah. This is in book 1.
Wow. Wow.
This is Petra and her family in Japan, book 1. And as you can see, she's wearing a kimono, so she's in the role.
Oh, so look, she adapted all right.
Yeah.
See, that's it. We should not learn how to only tell story, but we should show the story.
Yeah.
Because when we tell a story, it's like, yeah. But when we show a story, we see it. It
Yes.
open up. It opens up your imagination. It open up your senses. It open up everything where you're like, I could see what you're saying. Right? Does that make sense that you
No,
could see
it's
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like I
Definitely.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I think we hear this all. I don't see what you're saying. Yeah, you can see what I'm saying because I'm gonna depict the picture right here in front of you. And it's so encouraging where you have a child from age 6 to age 12, and even younger or older to see a book like this because it's totally like fully illustrated. And when
Yes.
you have a book like this, oh, it's so inviting. It's very inviting. Very, very much inviting. Like, I can't switch it no more. Please, people. And okay, so we're gonna jump into when you see, even though it's a child, it's children's book. And again, people, this is Child's Month. When you have drama, those are children having drama. But we
Yeah.
do have adults that have drama every single day.
Yes.
Every day.
It's true, yeah.
They create drama, they add on to drama, they develop. I mean, what would you want to tell a parent? Because you have
Mhm.
parents out there with siblings. Parents
Right.
have have children, not parents with siblings, but
But
parents with children, siblings.
yeah.
What would you like to tell a parent right now with more than one child? So now they have siblings, more than one child. Who those children are competing with each other, and it causes drama. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a way to put it. It causes drama. What would you like to tell that parent right now with more than one child about
Well,
competition or
you
favoring the other child because
right, yeah. So for one thing, showing favoritism as a parent. Now, you'd have obviously everyone is an individual, everyone has the different strengths, the different weaknesses. So it's always good as a parent to try and appreciate each child's strengths while trying to build up, strengthen their weaknesses, and not do the whole comparison thing. So one child is strong in one area, but another child might be strong in the other area. So you praise each child for the area that they might be strong in, while trying to foster the weakness instead of pointing and saying, "Look at your brother; he's able to do this. Look at your sister; why can't you be
yeah,
more like her?" You know, as
yeah,
well as it's to me it's always important, whether being a parent, a boss, or even a friend or whatever,
yes,
to foster empathy, because if you are able to get your children or yourself or your friends or whatever to try to place themselves in the shoes of another person, sometimes it helps. Sometimes people are just being mean spirited, but a lot of times if you try to understand where the other person is coming from instead of jumping to conclusions, it sometimes ends a lot of conflict before it even begins, in my experience and opinion. So it's always good to try to discern whether someone is coming from a place of malicious intent versus maybe this person has experiences or certain issues, or maybe they might be seeing it in another way from you, and you see that, you acknowledge it, and then you say, well, I see that you're looking at it from this way, but maybe, I'm seeing it from that way. Let's come together and try to find a middle ground. And that's what I would say to parents who have children who are siblings and might be having these dramatic encounters. Yeah.
Oh, look, I can't say nothing better than that. Find a civil ground. Listen, and it goes to what I'm saying, that I've been saying it all since the episode started. Identify your gift. And parent, if you have more than one child, identify the gift in each child. Because when you keep on comparing child 1 with child 2, 3, 4, 5, it causes a conflict.
So
this is not causing a conflict from the children, it's causing a conflict from you. Because conflict coming from the adult, and it's trickling down to the children. So when you say, oh, you're my favorite child, you're my favorite. Now, when you're picking favorite, it causes conflict. Sometimes you have to just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say that's my favorite child. Take it to your grave, whatever you got to do. Do not say that, because when you say that to a child, oh, Tom is my favorite, or Jane is my favorite, you're causing chaos. You're bringing confusion. You're bringing a conflict in that family. But when you take everybody together and have a civil ground and say, well, John, I see that you're good in math. Peter, you're good in science. Oh, excellent. So I'm going to work with both of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to work with both of you. Don't say, hey, Peter is better and John. No. Because a garden have different flowers.
It's true.
Unless you just want to have a rose garden. But a garden comes with different flowers. Let's look at variety. And that is what it's all about, varieties. Our gifts are varieties. So each gift, each talent must develop on its own. So if you go back to the garden, each flower did not just go and hey, we all going to be racing. you today. No, they go according to how they sprouting. They sprouted up. And for us to have a better world, for us to have a better family, for us to have a better community, it's about us growing at our own pace. And it's about us as adults to pour back into our children so they could sprout up into their own pace. Let us not force our children to get into a place that we want them to be. And often that's what we do, because we want them to be something, we force them into that. We force them into that. And that's not what they were designed to be. That's not what they were created to be. If they're telling that they want to be a teacher, do not tell them that they have to be a doctor. If they want to be a janitor, please don't tell them that they have to be a scientist. You're forcing them.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you parents that please, let's have a civil ground for ourselves and civil ground for our children, that we must work on the level of how we want them to grow. Let us learn how to baby them and watch them as they evolve into their authentic self, because the whole point is everybody must evolve into their authentic self. Not, I want to evolve because you told me to evolve into a butterfly and I evolve into a butterfly when I'm a bird. Right? No. We want everybody to evolve into their authentic self. And right now we are working with children age 6 to 12 with this book, we want them to evolve into their authentic self, that when they evolve into their authentic self, they find their own freedom. So you have two books. What I think you said it already, but we want to go over that just one more time of what is the lesson that you want your readers to gather from either one of the books.
Right. So from the first book, I have a few lessons, but the main one I want people to derive is that, especially for as a Trinidadian, is to appreciate what you have. For one thing, appreciate what you have in your own space, whether it be your culture, the beauty of your country or whatever, while also being open-minded, and not, whenever you travel, don't go with an expectation that you have a preconceived notion, but go with an open mind to experience what is there in the way that it's be meant to be experienced, and you might end up having a better time than you thought you would have had with the preconceived notions that you went there with, right? And with book 2, I wanted to teach, the main lesson I wanted to teach there was, don't be jealous, don't be threatened by someone new, but you can always learn from someone, and they can also learn from you as well. Always be confident in what you bring as a person, because you are you and someone else is someone else. So just because someone is good at something doesn't mean you have to feel threatened by them. You bring your own uniqueness, and with your uniqueness and their uniqueness, you never know what great things you could accomplish. So that's basically the lessons that I wanted to teach in both books.
And listen, and I'm the host, and I'm just gonna be like, I have nothing else to say. Audience, you heard it right here on the Question Live Show. Straight. Like I said, we're tuning in live from Trinidad. I'm representing, he's there. So we in Trinidad, bro. I'm in Trinidad with you. We live from Trinidad, and you heard the lesson. Be your authentic self.
Yes.
Children, you are out there. If you're listening, find just be you. Just enjoy you. Enjoy your skin. Enjoy your beauty. Let the other person enjoy themselves. Don't try to be like them, because that's hard work. It's a lot of hard work. Try to be somebody else. It takes up a lot of energy. So when you be yourself, use up your energy to love on you, see you, look in the mirror like, hey, I'm beautiful. Build up your confidence, build up your self-esteem, and just love you. Love you as much as you possible can, because if you don't, the next person that you're competing with sure will not. And that goes for you adults the same way. It is hard being somebody else. And when it's hard being somebody else, whew, can you imagine, audience? Can you imagine that you are sitting there, you're going to try to be somebody else? Listen, let me talk to you a little. You're trying to be somebody else. Now, these are the things that will happen when you try to be somebody else. You're going to have to adapt to their laugh, to the way they talk, the way they dress, what they eat, how they wear their hair, how they talk to the person, how the person they want to like. All these things, you are trying to be like that person. So you adapting all of this. Can you imagine the amount of energy that you are using up to be that next person, when all you have to do is just tap into all of that and take all that energy and be the best version of yourself? Have you ever considered that? It's a lot of work. Let us not create drama. Let us not create that much drama trying to compete and be the next person. The next person is trying to be themselves as much as they can. So imagine they try to be themselves, you trying to be you, and you trying to be them. That's a lot of work you're putting in. So as your host right here, I want to encourage you to be your authentic self. And your authentic self, maybe the struggle is real. Fine. But it is best you do that. That is where you come in and you accept yourself, the skin that you're in. And you said, I am beautiful. I am enough. I am me. So as we close out tonight's episode, my brother, you know what I do?
Yes.
There's always an off question.
Yes.
Has nothing to do with the book, but I want to thank you before I go into the off question. I just want to thank you to show up again. Like,
No
just
problem. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
keep on birthing those babies. Keep on birthing those babies. Oh, I think we just lost Philip. Oh, I think we just lost him. Oh my God, like it's such a beauty, it's such a wonderful thing when we have guests. I mean, in Trinidad, like let's say I'm in Trinidad right now, and because I'm in Trinidad right now, yeah, how about we have some Trinidad music to go with us? Yeah, we have some Trinidad music right here that we are going to be playing until we find Philip, because Philip seems like lost his passport somewhere. But I tell you what, we gonna find him. We gonna come right back because I'm going. we there. See, he tried to lose his passport, but we went and we got him. He was good. I think he got lost at the airport, but that's okay. Oh, so I was saying thank you so much for showing up again.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad to be here.
And not only that you showed up for yourself, I like when you didn't just show up for the show, you didn't show up for yourself, but you show up for the children.
Yes,
You show
yes.
up for the children. And children are very dear to me, okay? I love the children because they're our future. And if we don't pour into them, who will?
That's it. Yeah, it's so true.
Who will?
Definitely, it's so true.
So I celebrate you for writing these books for your new baby that came. That's your new baby. I call them book babies. That's
Yeah.
your new baby. So congratulations on your new baby.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So let us find your question because there's an off question for you.
Right.
Ah, what's the best compliment you ever received?
Let me think about that one. Best compliment I ever received, boy.
Yes.
That's okay, give me a second. Let me think about that. Huh? The best compliment I ever received, boy. Well, I don't know if this was the best compliment I ever received, but it definitely was one that just coming to mind now. I remember when I was younger, I always used to like cut my hair really low because I never thought that I don't know. I never thought that my hair seemed like it was always like kind of unkempt and unruly, and I felt like cutting it was the neater thing to do. But then just before I went to Japan, I really really wanted to grow my hair out. As you say, to be my authentic self and to show Japanese people like what, because they're more accustomed seeing their own type of Japanese people because it's mostly Japanese people there. So partially I grew my hair out because I wanted a chance to like really do some cultural exchange by just even my appearance as well. And while over there, someone, not a Japanese person, but someone from another country, they saw my hair and they say, "Oh, yeah, that's the guy with the cool hair." And I was like, "Cool hair?" That's the first time in my life I ever heard anyone describe my hair as being cool. Usually, when my hair used to grow out as a boy, it was always seen as being unneat, and people say, "Hey, you need a haircut or whatever." But someone actually thought my hairstyle was cool, and that actually stayed with me even to this time. I don't know. So it's I don't know if it's the greatest compliment, but it definitely was an interesting one, and one that stayed with me. So yeah, that was an interesting one.
And I think that sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Yeah. I mean, that's a great compliment. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
the guy with the cool hair.
Yeah.
We like him.
Yeah.
Dude, we like your hair. Right? So yeah. So again, oh my goodness, yeah, that was yeah, I would take that as a great compliment.
Yeah. That one was like, wow, okay. First time I ever heard that one. Yeah.
So yes, as we close down tonight, I thank you again. And is there a last word that you want to say to the audience, to your readers, to your
Just I appreciate every and all support that I get from anyone who purchases the book, or not even probably just share any posts related to my books or whatever. Because let me tell you something. With every support that I get, it inspires me, as well as it allows me to continue on doing the writing. And it really is a part of me. I have so many stories that I want to tell, and with every purchase, with every share, with every like, everything like that, interview as well, it empowers me to continue. And so I appreciate each and everyone who ever did anything to support my books. And I would encourage you to really keep on doing it if you can, because it enables me to follow my passion. So thanks to every one of you guys.
All right. So, audience, here we go. As we close on this episode, I want to thank each and every one of you who showed up tonight, who city and grace us with your presence. Whether you will watch this on live or on replay, I thank you so much. And my dear brother Philip, I send peace and blessing and love and prosperity to your space, to your family, to your country, to your success, everything that you do in life. Always remember to put God in front of you. Knowing that even though He's in front of you, you are surrounded. Always remember that. He will give His angel charge over you in all that you do. Go out there and be successful. And when you do become successful, I oftentimes says that success, at the beginning of success, there are two letters, S and U. And if you turn it backwards, it's U and S. Simply mean us. So we all will grow together. So again, when you become successful, however you define success, don't forget to reach back and put someone on the journey with you. Never reach nowhere and think that you get there by yourself. Never feel like when you succeed, you can succeed by yourself. So always reach back and put somebody on the journey with you. So ladies and gentlemen, viewers and YouTuber land, I want to say hello back to you, and I want to present just the same blessing back to you in the same way. Love, peace, and prosperity to you all, to your space, to your home, to your family, to wherever you go. Whatever you do, just remember that God is in front of you. He is directing you. God gave you gifts. He wants you to tap into those gifts. Tap into them, pull them out, and do not create drama. Focus on what is it that you were blessed with and teach someone or become teachable. So here at the Question Live Show, I said, bring your story, bring your book, bring your work in progress so we could create and grow and build and support each other. No one person can succeed by themselves. So as you go through life journey, into the journey called success, always remember that you define the success that you want. And when you do so, don't forget to come and pull back and receive someone to go on the journey with you. Sheila and Julia, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here, because your presence makes a difference. And I love showing up on Thursday, not for myself, not for my guests, but for you two that's out there. So as we close down tonight's episode, I close it down with, I want to play a little bit of the island vibes as we say good night, good morning, and good day. Just good life to wherever you are. Peace and blessings.